Answer writing for your UPSC mains is one of the major challenges that most of the students face. Now, what are the common mistakes that students do while writing the answers? So, we would be across the series taking answers of few of the students and discussing what was some of the major limitations that need to be addressed while you are writing your answers. And this is something which would be beneficial for all the students across all subjects. So we would be discussing the concepts very generally, not specific to subject as of now. Now here the question says what is meant by coffee valorization, and the next section talks about distribution. Now what has been mentioned about coffee valorization is just 1/4 of the answer, and the remaining 3/4 is distribution. So that is not a proper distribution. When there is a 20-mark question, this is 10 marks and this is 10 marks. You won't be given 12 out of 10 here, by no means, but since you have written very less for the first 10, definitely there would be a huge deduction of marks which would be witnessed. Again, there has been concerns which are written down. Now the question does not ask about concerns, so no need to write extra information which is not asked. The next question talks about the locational pattern of iron steel industries conform to the classical Weberian model. Now those who are not part of the subject, who are not familiar with the subject, even for them when they are writing the answers, it is important that if you are asked to confirm anything to a specific model, you need to summarize or briefly mention about that model in the very beginning. So it can be a very quick summary where you can actually explain that, and then confirming to the Weberian model, take example of any one or two industries and explain that in detail. So here what was required was mainly the amalgamation of raw material market and the locational triangle which is generated through the Weberian model. So that locational triangle concept is missing here, and that needs to be explained. The next question is assess the growth of iron steel during the plan period. So here rather than amalgamating it and summarizing it in just half a page, it was required that across each plan what were the major points have to be established and explained separately, and then you have to explain the problems of iron and steel industry. So way forward, even if you don't write, it can be okay, but the way in which the problems are being mentioned is very less, and these needs to be enhanced. The next question is talking about the salient features of interlinking of rivers. Now why interlinking is important and what is actually interlinking is not mentioned. So it just mentioned the major areas where interlinking can be done and the major links which are not asked. So the case study is just asked for Ganga Brahmaputra link, that is required. So the first section of this 20 marks, the first section is 10 marks, the second section is 10 marks, and this is something which is additional. It's not that it is not correct, it is additional which is not required and which is not part of the answer. So this was only the case study which was mentioned, and this is relatively small. So whenever there is case study which is asked, it is good idea to include certain statistics, facts and figures if you are well aware with it. Now discuss the phenomena of La Nina and El Nino. This is something that we have discussed extensively in our lectures separately. The video has covered this concept, and the seesaw pattern has been missing here. The whole circulation has not been explained. Just to mention, in the very beginning there was a map of India. Now this kind of maps are not something that have to be addressed. Rather than having the western part like this, you can draw it in a simple fashion as we have done here, and this would be more than sufficient. Even if you are not requiring labeling for the North India, it's okay if you draw just half of the lower half. You do not draw the upper half portion, that would be perfectly fine. Okay. The next question talks about distinguish the hydromorphological characteristics of the east and the west flowing rivers. Now here if you include any term, for example palimpsest topography that you have included here, this needs to be explained in detail and answered, mentioned in detail, and then the description, it is basically in a tabular format, which is a good idea. The next question again, what is Monex? The role of jet stream, Tibetan plateau. So there are three parts of it. First is Monix, the next is the role of jet stream and Tibetan plateau. Both of them needs to be addressed separately. It's not required that you merge both of them and have them in a single answer. Again, when you are writing findings, there is lot of empty space which is left here. So rather than writing findings here, you can write findings and then click the arrow, so it would actually conserve a lot of space and it would not appear that you are wasting the spaces unnecessarily in your answer copy. So just a general guidelines here. As I mentioned, I would be mainly focusing on general guidelines for this paper understanding. Now this question talks about basic components of green revolution prospects problems. So prospects have to be discussed before the problems, because we need to understand the prospects first, because that is what is asked in the question. So maintain the order, and then it is not HYD seats, it is HYV seats. Make sure you are using the right terminology, because it gives an impression that you are a non-subject student. So it gives an impression directly that you are a student from a non-geography background when you are attempting a copy like this. Okay. So the next question talks about the strategies to combat the desert prone areas with suitable example. So there are various things that have to be mentioned here. Now most of the contemporary topics are missing here. The strategies for the warm desert and the cold desert and how those have to be explained separately needs to be mentioned. The efforts by the various NGOs and the governmental organization needs to be discussed. Now the next question was on Chota Nagpur Plateau. Here this Chota Nagpur Plateau, if you are abbreviating it as CNP, you have to at least mention it at one place that Chota Nagpur Plateau is CNP, and then you can proceed accordingly in the later answer, but at least you cannot start with CNP at the very first go. The next is what is explained is predominantly the geological characteristics. You need to explain the physical characteristics. So physical would include the water, the terrain, the soil conditions. So all of those are part of physical, but when you are talking about geological, you are just focusing on the evolution and the rock structure, which is not the correct way of answering this question like this. Okay, and then mention the economic significance. The physical significance has again been mentioned, but that has to be part of the very introduction itself, because this geological concept can be reduced to a minor concept here. The next is write a note on the biotic resource and utilization. Contemporary information across all the biotic parameters are missing. So various schemes for fisheries, forestries, coal, mineral, natural gas, and the various pipelines, the export-import ratio, the statistics as per the Indian government rules are being missing here. Now the next question talks about regional disparities in the northwest and the east. Now this diagram is mentioned, but it is not labeled, and I cannot understand why it is here. So there have to be proper case studies, and then disparities across what parameters. So you have to broadly mention whether it is the size, the land parcel, the capital, the financial awareness, the level of literacy, whatsoever points you are taking into account, and then how the revenue generating crops are grown. For example, it could be aromatic crops, medicinal crops, it could be high yielding variety crops, crops which bring in more export revenue. So those differences have to be jotted down. Again, the same problem of a lot of empty spacing here. And then the question is on pastoralism and the important belt. Now the second part is completely missing in the answer, which needs to be addressed, and therefore is one of the major things that you need to take into account. The next is the state the development of marine fisheries in the tropical oceans in India. Now here problems have been discussed, but the problems have not been asked. Even if you want to highlight the problem indicating the development methodology, that could be embarked with the policy itself or with the concept itself, not separately. So don't introduce topics separately. And then the refining portion, again the questions related to refining, the details have not been mentioned. Predominantly the statistical details are missing here, which needs to be addressed into more detail and a more systemized manner. So that was just a brief outlook about what we think has to be included across the various answers. If you have any questions, any clarification while you are writing your answers, feel free to drop that. We always provide personalized one-on-one telephonic guidelines for all answer evaluations that we do, and pinpointing the specific mistakes become important. So just running out of time here, we were able to explain the key outlook and the major shortcomings that you have to fix while you are writing your answers. We would be covering many such answer writing sessions before your examination. So stay tuned for next updates. Wish you very good luck for your preparation.